Hi, I'm Maggie Holmes with Crate Paper, and I'm here at Scrapbook.com, and I'm excited to show you some of the many things that you can do with my new Willow Lane collection. One of my favorite things is to create mini albums because they are super versatile. You can make them for lots of different events, for different children, and I also love that they are faster to make than a traditional album in the sense that it's smaller, and so you can complete it either in a day or you can start it and come back to it. There's just so many great things and reasons that I love mini albums. So we're going to jump right in, and as you can see, I do have a lot completed already, and so I'm going to talk about some of the things I've already done, and then I'll also build a couple pages with you and show you those as I create them. So to get started, some of the basic elements are cardboard or bookboard, I think is what it's also called, and I've used this and cut it down to 5 by 7 for just my front and back covers. So as you can see on my back cover, I don't have the paper on it yet. This is a little bit different color, but it's the same thing. So I just take that bookboard, cut papers down to size, and then adhere them on the front and back. However, one tip that I want to share with you that I do is I use my sewing machine and staples a lot when I'm creating mini albums because I like everything to be on there really good. And so rather than putting the paper down and then stitching through and having it show on the back side, what I'll do is pick my paper. And so this yellow paper you can see is from the 6 by 8 pad. And I'll take that off, cut it down to size, and then before I glue it down, I will go ahead and create that page. And so then, as you can see here, I have the, this piece right here is just straight up off of here. It has the sticky already on it. So I put that on, and then I put my washi tape on, and then you can see I used my sewing machine to go right through that. And so again, I'm only going through this piece, and then all of the ugly stitching on the back will be there, and then that's what you'll glue down. So I've used chipboard, I've used the little sequin flowers, and you can see how much dimension those have. So those are great for a cover of an album or for a card or a tag. This big one, the smaller ones work well inside, but this big one has quite a bit of dimension. So I love that on the front cover. And so then, as you can see on the inside cover, same thing. So I take the paper and then I would embellish it and sew through it and then glue it onto that bookboard piece. So there's that cover. The next page I want to show you is these clear acrylic pages, and these are something that I do a lot in my mini albums. I love that they have sort of that see-through peekaboo element. You can kind of see what's going on next, and they're just fun and have kind of a different texture to them. So I'll show you how to make those. So this clear acrylic paper comes in a 12 by 12 sheet, and then it's super easy to trim through with a paper cutter, or you could even just mark it and cut with scissors. I cut my pieces down to 4 by 6 so they fit nicely within my album. And one thing to mention that some people don't know is, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but there is a film that's on both sides of this. It keeps it from getting scratched. So you want to make sure after you cut it, before you use it, I already peeled up this one, but it's a little bit tricky at first. You just kind of have to use your fingernail. But I do love to show this to people because sometimes people don't realize that. And so you need to peel this film off of both sides. And that's why if you're wondering, well, mine's cloudy and it doesn't look quite right. So then once you peel it off, it is actually your nice, pretty, perfect clear piece. So now I'll show you some fun things that you can do with these clear pages and how cute they can be. One of the things to note is you can see that I've machine stitched with my sewing machine on here, but unlike the covers and the other pages, you can't do each side separately. And so what I like to do, a little trick, is to find two things that are the same size, or you can cut something to be the same size. So for example, here on this side, this is from the journaling ephemera pack. It's already the cute little pocket with the tag. And what I will do is take this and glue that down on the one side. And then from the 12 by 12 pad, the cutout sheet, I'm going to take that. And this cute little guy right here, or girl, I should say, I would just cut her out of the cutout sheet. And I absolutely love these cutout sheets. I always just take them and cut them out all at once. It's a little time-saving tip so that when you're ready to craft or make a card, you already have all these little elements, and it's almost like getting another pack of ephemera because you have all these pieces ready to go. So again, just cut that out. And you'll want to just double check that it's the same size. And so you'll glue this on one side and glue this back to back on the other side. So I would trim one of the little pieces, and then you can machine stitch it all the way around and it will be perfect like that. So I'll show, I just love these clear pages, and here's one where I've used the pom-pom frame, and I thought it might get really bulky. You could use 2 of the frames and put them back to back. If you only had a few pages, that would work well, but I have a lot of pages in my mini album, so I decided just to use one. And then what I did to cover the back side is I just took some paper and cut it into a circle, and then this clear sticker is from the 4-page sticker set, and then I used a chipboard piece right in the center of that. And then over here you can see just lots of different ways to use all the embellishments. So this is chipboard, this is the foam thicker, and again the foam thicker, and I love all the dimension and also how cute it is. If I pull that back up and put it somewhere in here, how cute that is, where you can see the fun papers behind it, but also this. So I would add that in later. While we're at it, I'll just show you quickly a couple. I think I have one other clear page in here. So here's another one where I have that journaling ephemera piece. It's from that same journaling ephemera pack. And I just took one of these all ready to go for you. Just take it, stick it on. And then on the other side, you can take any paper, trim it to size, and then this is the cute little piece from the ephemera. And I stuck that on there. And then that's it for the clear pages in this one. So I hope that inspires you with some fun things you can do, and maybe step outside the box and try those clear pages if you haven't before. So that covers the cover and the back cover, and then the clear pages. For the rest of the album, what you'll see, as I'll show you here, is what I do. It's just completely up to you. I pick a couple of sizes that fit within the framework of my cover. And if you like everything to be perfect, you can do all the pages at 4 by 6, but I actually kind of like it to feel eclectic, so I will do a couple of different sizes. So this one is 5 by 6, and then 4 by 6, and then I think this one is 5.5 by 6. So I just pick a couple of different sizes, and then I'll show you how I create the pages. So what I do, I'm going to just open this and take this one out to kind of show you. So you'll see I have a back and a front here, and a lot of these come right from the paper pads or just the open stock paper, whatever you like. I do like the paper pads because they have the same patterns, but they're in smaller versions. So I don't know if you've noticed that, but sometimes it's fun to have the smaller size pattern for the mini album. So I'll pick a couple of papers here, and then you just want to make sure you cut the front and back to match so they're the exact same size. And I already have my holes punched, but you'll do that at the end. So what you would have is just this right here, and then you can embellish it. Some of these pages, for example, I'm going to pull this back up again. On this side, so what will be facing it, I have embellished this side a lot. So I have a doily ribbon, the chipboard, the little letters, and the foam sticker. So a lot of times on a mini album, I will embellish one side really heavily, and then on this side, I might just leave this plain with just the photo, or you can take a little piece of washi tape and use that. So you can keep it as simple or as elaborate as you want, but see how easy that is? And it looks really cute and coordinates, but both sides don't have to be super elaborate. And so that's kind of fun. And another thing I like to do, as you can tell what I've done, is you can kind of make the whole mini album ahead of time and leave some of these pages blank and then add your photos in later as you get them. So again, same concept though with the cover. I would embellish both sides of these in case I want to do any machine stitching, or for example, grab the little stapler in case I want to staple that on there just to add a little bit of something. And then the back side of that is not going to show on my other page. So I'll embellish both of those. And then once I'm done and I feel like I'm ready to go, glue them together and then punch the holes so they'll be perfect on both sides. So I have this cute little picture here, and on this one, because the background's a little bit busier, I might take the basics book here and pick something out like this that has a little bit of contrast. This is from that 6x8 pad. And then what I would do is just barely do a tiny little border, just enough to make it so it pops against the background. And I just freehand trim these. You can use a paper trimmer if you like, but I like to just cut that and then add that on. Also, if you want another little layer, there's just so many things you can do. I love to layer things and add little pieces that contrast, so I'll kind of just look at that with it and see if I like it. And just layer to your heart's content. That's what I like to do until I feel like it looks how I want it. But again, super easy just to cut. You don't even have to have a big workspace to do this because you can just cut and it's a small format. And so I could glue that on and then be done with that page. Okay, so moving on to some of the more decorative pages. Some of these are finished. I'm going to show you them. So this one has the music paper. Something I love to use is book paper, and I have some old books I just tear pages out of, but we've also included in the basics pad some different music paper and book paper inspired pages. There's that. And again, I just like to layer things on here. So washi tape, chipboard, I love this little lemon tree. On this side, same thing. One of the little tricks that I like to do if you have a super busy pattern like this and you want to tone it down a little is I take a plain piece of vellum. I don't know if you can see that very well, but I just trim that down and sew that on so it kind of mutes the background down a little bit. And then that allows everything else to pop a little more. So a little trick I did here to create this frame that you see is I took this paper, I cut this out, and then I didn't want the little saying for this one. I'm going to use that for something else. So I actually just trimmed that out, and then when I put the book paper behind, you can see it kind of peeks through. And this is from the chipboard, and you can see it has the beautiful gold foil details. And then here's another one of those basic pages. Again, you can go, more elaborate and then more simple. And washi tape, it's just so easy when you have all of the fun embellishments. A lot of chipboard. Here's one of my son Tyler, and I just layered a couple of the washi strips. This is this cute little panda bear. I asked on my Instagram what everybody was loving, and so many people said that their favorite thing is this cute little panda. So this is on the standout sticker set. That is a tongue twister. So she is just darling. She has this cute little Real Tool skirt, and again, super easy. These pieces are just all ready to go for you. They have the sticky, and it looks like you spent so much time working on that, but you just pick it up and stick it on. Same with this one. This one is just so fun because it has those tassels hanging off already, and then the heart's all ready to go, and you just stick it down on your project. So on this side, again, just more layers. And what I kind of like to do is you can see, you can kind of follow the same pattern. So a little base for your page, and then some smaller pieces, and then layer with the vellum. and some more papers and washi, you can kind of develop your own little pattern so that you can make a lot of pages at the same time, but just with different pieces, different embellishments, and different patterns. Here's one where I took the frame from the chipboard and then I tucked in the ephemera piece. And one of the things I love to do is to use the dimensional adhesive behind these so that it kind of sticks up, but it's still attached. There's the gold foil thicker alphabet. Here is a pocket. I love to put pockets like this from the journaling ephemera pack. And so for this, the pocket, you can add extra photos. You can write little letters to your kids. Lots of fun things you can tuck in there. Decorated the back. Here's the little foam puffy stickers, and those are so cute. Sometimes the little tip that I wanted to share is the little tiny stickers over time on a mini album like this where it doesn't go in a page protector, they can start to come up or kids can knock them off. So a lot of times I will use the glue gun and just put a little dab of glue. You can see those are not coming up, and I just will use a little dab of the hot glue or even a glue dot just to make sure those are nice and tight on there. So here's the little journaling ephemera piece. I can write some journaling and notes on there. So as you can see, what I did with this one is I kind of built out all of my pages, but I did all of my more embellished ones and then left the ones with the photos so I could kind of play with them. This is also a fun gift idea. So you can create the whole album with all of the pages ready to go, and then the blank pages is where the person you give it to, all they have to do is add their photos in. So that is a fun gift to give somebody like a grandma or another family who doesn't scrapbook and maybe they don't know quite how to do it. So you could give them a little mini album and kind of get them started, and then they could just do the easy parts. So again, that is my mini album. I'm going to keep working on that at home. Here's some little pieces that I've already kind of tucked in here as I plan and wait for my photo. Had a photo ready to go here. So this is kind of to show you how you can layer things behind and on top of your photo. So there's the vellum and the book paper, washi tape. And then to finish it off, I would just stick my photo on like that. And then this is the foam thicker, and stick that on. And then here's a regular sticker I would put right there, and then finish it off with a heart. And so there's just so many different ways when you combine all the embellishments together and all the different textures and dimension, you can make such fun things, and especially with mini albums. I hope you loved getting a peek into my mini album and how I make it, and I hope it inspired you to create lots of fun and cute mini albums with the new Willow Lane Collection. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and want to see more from Scrapbook.com, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a message. Happy crafting!